Hey there, Pipers. Still drinking. I just wanted to come at you with a little bit of a review, first impressions, if you will, of some Davidoff tobacco. Local B&M Tobacco of Hawaii had invited me over to sample some of the new tin tobacco that they had gotten in, and they had brought in 3 Englishes and 3 aromatics, or 3 non-aromatics and 3 aromatics. Now the original video was really noisy, really hard to hear because I was in their smoking lounge, so I decided to do another quick video. Plus I had purchased some tins that they didn't have for sampling at the time. Now the aromatics were kind of middle of the road, nothing special to me. I had their red mixture, blue mixture, and green mixture, and I'd say the red would be like their cherry, it's just a burly kind of a cherry mixture. Not very much flavor. All I tasted was kind of the berry with maybe a hint of cherry in it. Yeah, nothing really too exciting there. Their blue mixture was a nice Cavendish, just dark black Cavendish, probably some burley in there too. That was just the vanilla caramel goodness. So I mean, kind of like BCA, it reminded me a little bit, but not really too bitey, I don't think. Not too moist either. It was a nice Cavendish, that BCA is a little bit of a thicker cut than the ribbon cut. And then their green mixture, to me, tasted exactly like Eileen's Dream by CAO. Kind of a chocolatey truffle kind of a mixture, real smooth, really nice. Honestly, I think if you put the two side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It just really reminded me of it. Now, for the non-aromatics, they had their English mixture, which had Burley, Virginia, Latakia, and Perique, and it was air-cured in a ribbon cut. Also very mild. You could taste the Virginia sweetness. Real smoky though, a little peppery. I'd say medium, like a solid medium, maybe closer to medium bold. Not like flavor-wise, but I think just the harshness of the smoke was a lot stronger. Flavor, I'd say, was very smooth. A little bit, and smoky, not too, not overdone at all, but it wasn't something that I was easily able to take up the nose, or even when I retrohaled it out the nose, it had a little bit of a burn, maybe from the Perique. But another one that I had tried that was very delicious was their Danish mixture. Now, the English mixture I ended up not getting because it was kind of middle of the roadish. I like mine a little bit milder for an English, so it was maybe not an everyday smoke for me. Now the Danish mixture, which I enjoyed thoroughly, that has, I think it was a nice Virginia. I think the Danish is a Virginia burley mix. Very, very citrusy. I got a little bit, just like a nice, non-cigarette-y at all Virginia taste. Now, the one that really surprised me was their Royalty, because it's an English blend with Virginias and Orientals, and I don't like Orientals. Right out of the tin, you can smell that kind of soapy, saddle-y leather. For me anyway, that kind of Oriental flavor in there. But what I found with this one, once I packed the pipe, when you first spark it and the flame first hits it, your tongue is hit with that strong soapy taste. But once that bowl gets warmed up, once the tobacco is nice and burnt, and right after that initial charge of soapiness, it immediately mellowed out for me, and like I could take it, into the nose, into the lungs, if you will. Very smooth. They had toned it down so much that it was just a nice, mild, kind of leathery taste. See, I don't mind the taste of it. It's just when they put too much, it becomes just a bit to me. So the Royalty Virginia Oriental, you got that sweet Virginia citrus, a little bit of that grassy flavor in the tin, as well as that saddlery, leathery smell, but extremely smooth and mellow and just delicious. I was afraid of this one. I didn't like it, and the reason I bought it was because it was a pleasant surprise. Now, I had gotten Scottish mixture, which reminds me of kind of a whiskey. You know how they always have the whiskey blends for different tobacconists. Frogmorton's Cellar, and you've got Scottish whatever by Tewkesbury. I forget what they call theirs, but everybody got like the whiskey flavored tobaccos, and usually I'm not a fan, but the Scottish was extremely mellow and just, none of them taste like whiskey, but I know if you know what the whiskey tobacco tastes like, it has a very smooth flavor. It has that kind of whiskey oaky kind of a kick to it, but just really mellow and delicious. And I don't know where my tin is, because that's the one I've been smoking a lot of, and I seem to have misplaced it. Another one of my favorites is Davidoff's Flake Medallion. Now, it's Virginia's and Perique with the Cavendish core. It basically looks exactly like Peter Stokkebye's. Now, this bad boy looks exactly like the Bullseye. This bad boy, in my book, kicks Peter Stokkebye's butt. The Virginias are sweeter. Peter Stokkebye, I don't know where he get his Virginias from. It tastes like cigarettes to me, but it has like that kind of sweet and like an aromatic scent to it, like really, really pleasing room note to me. And I usually just crumble the flake up a little bit, throw it in my pipe, and light it up, and it is just a really smooth, sweet smoke. It really is. I would take this over Peter Stokkebye's any day, and twice on Thursdays. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about Davidoff, the blends that I had enjoyed. The aromatics, just a quick recap. The aromatics, middle of the roadish. Like, if you could find it elsewhere, it's not really something that's like wow, unless you want the Davidoff name. But their Flake Medallions kicks Peter Stokkebye's ass. The Danish mixture, which I think just has a sweet Virginia taste to it, if memory serves. And Royalty, if you like a little bit of that Oriental with your Virginia, extremely smooth. All of these really good smokes, and I shall be back to buy some more shortly, especially that Scottish mixture, because it just has that nice whiskey flavor to it. They call it whiskey. It doesn't taste like fucking whiskey, but whatever that oaky, kind of woodsy, sweet Virginia taste to it. Thank you to Tobaccos of Hawaii for letting me sample some of their tins. And you guys have a good day. Stay smoking, my friends.